Good afternoon, YouTube. It's Mariah, or I Do Psych, and I'm bringing you a quick update on the scare, the spike, the nuclear uh, reactor meltdown craze, whatever you want to call it, amidst the containment exercise that's going on over in Michigan. Um, and the levels of radiation that we're seeing over in Indiana, which were reported by several different sources that might have come from independent or individual readings. We're not quite sure yet. So I want to go over a couple of things with you. First of all, this is just one of the places that's covering my original post. Thank you. And let's see here. I want to point out a couple of things. So I believe this is a really good compilation of what has happened thus far. Obviously, this is a developing story, like I said before. And my first insight into what had happened was that we were experiencing some type of disinformation release, something to that effect. I study psychology and I've participated in a number of different research programs, etc. I won't go too much into my background, but let's just say well qualified in that field. And one of my first instincts, like I had mentioned before, was that this could be something just simply to monitor the response of the public to find out how such an event could be handled by our government officials, by our community officials, what type of emergency response systems get put out naturally, organically by people like you and I. So there are a lot of sites that are still reporting basically the same things, and we don't really have much further. I have put in a call to several places trying to find out my own answers, and as well as I did get some personal messages. Thank you very much to all my viewers who sent me some information. One viewer asked if it could be related to some other weird events that were happening in the area, like a deer that was found lasered in half by some type of weird, laser. I don't know. I'm, looking around for that story. Definitely would be in the strange and unusual file there. So as you can see on the screen here, it started off all, pretty incredibly by somebody who posted their screenshot or screenshots, which measured very high radiation spike in the area. So, and then other independent person who has a lot of credentials, actually works for a university too, had stated that he had seen a hazmat team being dispatched. That put out another level of scare, if you want to call it that. Then there were pictures, as you can see here. Well, first there were explosions, I'm sorry. Big loud booms, which were captured on YouTube from various sources. You can look that up by just searching boom, loud booms in Michigan. And, then somebody started calling this a media blackout. And then at that point in time, military helicopters were seen flying in the area near the blacked out radiation zone. Now, the military had spoken in advance that there would be military drills, exercises held in that region. So that doesn't concern me too much. What concerns me more is the timing. So just after the time where these loud and deep explosions were being heard, a lot of people also started reporting that they were witnessing the military aircraft. Now that in of itself doesn't seem too odd and strange. I mean, obviously if they're doing some type of drills and such, they're gonna have loud explosions and stuff, as long as it's innocuous. There is not anything else that they're obviously that's causing the booms, just military exercises and such. So the other information that was added to this was that the Davis-Besse nuclear reactor near Toledo found a pinhole coolant leak, and that led to a lot of speculation that there was a leak somewhere at the same time. Another thing that led to the speculation, or if you want to call it pre-proof, whatever you want to call it, we're all just trying to figure this out, right? Is that there's some people who are stating that these two different reporting systems, I think it's Black Cat, Radnet, had went offline for some time after the actual radiation spikes were discovered. Now, this could have been just to, make sure everything was calibrated, replugged in, everything's tightened, etc. But that shouldn't take more than a few minutes, right? So some people are stating that they can't get information from these sources still. So that does concern me. Now, leaks at radiation nuclear plants happen all the time. And you'll find them stating all the time too that it's nothing to be concerned about. We are aware of the situation. We know how much coolant, etc., can leak until it's a problem or health hazard for the public. So one thing that I pointed out before, though, that is still a part of this story, is that we had some individuals who were in control of their own Geiger readings and other information that they had too, but especially the technical aspect of this, where they were actually doing their independent readings online, one of which I showed you before. And I don't know, like I said before, if these people are, trained in what they're doing, or if they know what they're doing. I personally would not know what to do. I work in psychology. I have no idea how to do this. I tell you, I'm probably going to get my own after this. But they were showing elevated readings of radon and, other pertinent information that they know more about probably than I do, which were independent and in other states that were neighboring states, which were of a concern. Now, a lot of people are saying, it's Fukushima, it's Fukushima, it's Fukushima. Well, Fukushima, of course, is a huge concern. But I think this is different. And I'm going to go on record now saying that I think that this is different. So another thing that I want to point out here is, let's see here. So there was also in the area a reporter who was detained and actually arrested while he was trying to break this story. That's something that is very scary. Very scary. Take a look. So the booms could have been from the military exercise, I think. Could have been. Who knows? He's saying there is no explanation found.
This is local radio personality Tim Thomas. Tim, a very good friend of mine. Matter of fact, he lives just right around the corner. When my house shook, his house shook. Can you tell me what happened when your house shook? What?
So you can go to the site for yourself. It's called, what's it called here? The Vatic Project. So, and he goes on to explain that he was arrested, etc. Now, he could have been arrested because of, his license, for all I know, but or for, violating some type of procedure that he, infringed upon military grounds or something like that. I have no idea. All I know is that it's somehow related. So I'm just trying to keep you up to date with this story. I'm going to be putting out another story here pretty soon as well. So as far as I know so far, we are still looking for the answer to the situation. I've heard everybody say false alarm, false alarm, false alarm. Doing what I do, I have to say I don't believe that completely. I believe there's more to it. I believe it has something to do with figuring out how we are going to respond to some type of emergency situation. Have a great day. I might do psych. See you soon.